March is such an exciting time of year, and it's not just the games; it's all the stuff that goes with it, and obviously the uniqueness of our fan base. And you're there at 9:30 on a terrible weather morning, and people everywhere, and it just it gives you that little extra whatever to get ready to go play. But it's fun.
Do you look at this game as like free throws are going to play like an immense importance in this game?
Yeah,
this matchup?
I think for us, when you get into the postseason, one of the things that always impacts the game is do you make layups and do you make free throws? And that sounds ridiculously simple, but I think in the women's game, that becomes even more. When you get a chance to score on a layup, you better make it. And when you get to the free throw line, and you got to keep them off the free throw line. And you see it game in, game out. And sometimes that's the beauty of basketball in March. It becomes simple. You get down to the things that really do matter, and it does matter for our team. We've always been good at that, and hopefully that's the case.
What do you feel like what did you notice being the difference between the time that you guys won and then the time that you guys lost to them? I guess what changed, and what do you hope that that is what happens this time around?
I think in both games, there were moments where we had like a 3 or 4 minute spurt in both games where we couldn't guard down and we couldn't score. And I think, we gave up 77 and 76. And so I think what happens you just got to avoid those moments when you do go 3 possessions at one end and 3 at the other end where you're not scoring and they are. And that happened. Luckily, we survived it down there. And at our place, they got in the fourth quarter. We just couldn't stop anything. And, I think we gave up 28 points in the fourth quarter. I mean, they made everything they looked at. And so I think that's the thing, too. When you play, the 4-5 game should be really, really close and really even. And, it's a 40-minute game, but it turns into a 2 to 3 minute. Who gets the best of those 2 to 3 minutes at some point? First quarter, second quarter, that seems to change the game.
Where does this stretch maybe of last 5, 6, I don't know, really looking at it for Ashley, I guess, kind of rank in her career? Because it seems like over the last, kind of the tail end of the season, I don't know if she's found another gear, but really played really good. Am I wrong? I guess?
No, and I think, again, it just speaks to how good a player she is, that she's finishing the way players of the year should finish and how great players should finish. And she's not just, hey, I'll go get my 18 and call it a day. She's got another gear. And I just think for her, I don't think the finality of it is really hit her a whole lot. I know it did on senior day, but I think I think she knows we're at a point now where it's winter, you're on a bus home. We could play 2 more games or we could play 9 more, and she wants to play as many games as she can. So I think she understands it even more, the role that she has on this team. And you get into the postseason, great players play great. That's where you make your mark. And I think she's excited to have that opportunity.
How excited are you to get to the postseason with this group?
No, it's been fun. Obviously, we're still. I don't think we'll ever get over what happened to Steph and B. Because not just because obviously how it impacted our team, but they're such good people, and it breaks your heart that they're not a part of this. But I think this group has really been amazingly resilient in a lot of ways. They've been through a lot of stuff on the court, off the court, and it's fun to see that they're in the Big 12 tournament. They're excited to play. Obviously, hoping selection Sunday goes well. So I just think it's a tribute to what they've done from June on, and found a way to. And I keep saying it, they found a way to show up. And I think what they've done, what my staff's done, I do. I think this is the best job of any I've ever had with my staff. They've done the best job in my entire time here. The way they've worked, the way they've kept them motivated, the way they've gotten us through the tough times. And again, I think all that's coming together, and hopefully we'll we'll play well.
And I think I know the answer on this, but is the Stephanie waiver update just
We
you hear about it?
No, we filed it. They called and wanted more information, so we're in the process. They know, the NCAA knows, and our compliance has done an amazing job. Our medical staff's done an amazing job of doing all the paperwork. So they know we need to know by the end of March. I think March 27th is the drop dead.
Is it 10 days before the WNBA draft,
yeah,
or is
I
it
don't
10
know.
days after your season?
Well, it's 10 days before the draft unless you play in the Final Four. Then they get like 48 hours, and it's kind of a moving target. We just got an email about things that have to be done, and I think for them it's a little awkward because you have COVID years, you have age. There's a lot of different reasons you can go into the draft. It's not just you graduate. I mean, if you're 22, you can go in the draft. Or do you give up your COVID year? So we're trying to stay on top of it as best we can, but I would guess we won't know until the very end of March. But everyone knows we need to know, so she needs to know. So
But they asked for more info.
Yeah, they asked for more information, just clarify a few things, and mainly medical stuff.
Is that like a medical history,
I don't know
or
if
is
that's a
that?
good sign or bad
that was
sign.
going to be my next question.
Yeah, I don't know. It could be good, could be bad. Yeah, I don't know. So it's just everything from the past and what we've done and what we didn't do, and so whatever. So, but they know the timeline that she's under. So I'm hoping we hear sooner than later, but we need to know before that 10-day window or whatever.
Yep.
So.
Does anything change about this team's maybe attitude or edge when you're going into a postseason game that is probably going to come down to the last 2 minutes of the game?
Yeah, not really. I think that's one of the things that we've talked about all year. I bored you guys to tears with the whole next 40 minutes, because you do that because when you get to this point, there might not be a next 40. So you want to feel like what you've done, and I think this team's been tested schedule-wise. It's been tested in the league. So I think they understand. I mean, we have very mature, very high basketball IQ people. They know exactly what's coming, and I think they're excited about it. And certainly hope the guys hold on, and everyone's a little bit more excited for tomorrow.
What is the score?
I was just about to ask him if he wants me to stop asking questions and check it.
Yeah, come on, man. Shit. Let's get to the important stuff.